A bill to exempt startups from paying taxes could come to pass as soon as mid-2017. And a pitching contest on live TV a la Shark Tank in the U.S. These are just some of the takeaways from this year's Ocean Summit, or open collaboration with East Asian youth champions, held in Bohol over the weekend. Here to talk about them is Winston Damarillo. He's the co-chair of Ocean as well as the managing director of PLDT Capital. Winston, good to have you on the show once more. A Shark Tank style reality show for businesses wanting to raise capital. Talk me through the plan.
Good morning, Reg. It's good to be here, just coming back from Bohol. Well, you know, we've talked a lot about the benefit of collaboration and the benefit of technology and where the Philippines is going. So we're very excited that at Ocean this weekend, we launched and kicked off the first set of what we're going to call Filipino Indiepreneurs. So these are Filipinos that are focused on the creative economy, perhaps aided by technology, but really focusing on what Filipinos are good at, you know, music, fashion, food, and even digital art. And what we wanted to do and what we have done is actually film them, put them on TV, and emulated the value of Shark Tank, but then adapting it for the local markets.
So this is all live?
It's live.
It's a pitching process done on live TV.
It's pitching process much like how they've done it at Shark Tank, but we added a little twist, especially for the Philippine market. Number one, we have a host to kind of make it easier for everybody to talk about. And also the most important component is a mobile app that basically enables the viewing community to help participate and even co-invest with the sharks.
So it's a lot more interactive.
It's more interactive, it's more inclusive. People that are willing to invest 1,000, 500 pesos can join in the sharks.
So it's a kind of, I guess, I'm just trying to find the right phrase for it, a combination between crowdfunding and VC funding.
It's crowdfunding meets Shark Tank, meets VC investments, and meets creative economy, which is what we're trying to really promote here in the Philippines.
And is the idea to try to find and subsequently nurture the next, big startup in the country, or possibly a unicorn, or is it more
It's actually the opposite
that?
of that. We're not trying to look for the next Facebook or the next Uber, and I think that's you know, kind of what we wanted to do is find the next 100 entrepreneurs, the next 1,000 micro entrepreneurs that's going to fuel our industry, and that's really specifically tailored for the Philippines.
And it's not just, and again, it's not just specifically focused on tech startups. As you said, they may be aided by the digital economy, but these are more in the creative industries, music, fashion, arts.
Yeah, things like platform economy, what makes Uber and Airbnb work. Marketplaces like Amazon, those are the tech ingredients or the tech platforms to make it work. But we're really looking for the shoemaker. We're looking for the chocolatier. We're really looking for the granola makers, right? And we're making for healthy food providers in the country, and we're looking for them in the hundreds. And
granola
that's really
maker
the whole idea.
in the Philippines.
Well, one of our indiepreneurs are granola makers making granolas out of cacao components. So really excited.
Very interesting. Now, the other big takeaway from Ocean was this bill to exempt startups from taxes, as well as the getting the government to provide more funding for innovation, and that's according to Senator Bam Aquino. It's an idea really whose time has come. Are you guys reasonably confident of getting this passed by next year?
Yes, we are playing catch up in the rest of the region in terms of how we nurture our risk takers, our entrepreneurs, and it was really amazing in how Senator Aquino had the will and the intent to do that last Ocean 2014, and has since improved that from merely a tax break to really an entire ecosystem of supporting startups, from making it easier to start a business all the way through finding other sources of resources like financing.
Fair enough. Now, I want to talk about PLDT Capital as well, of which you are managing director. You were quoted in Tech in Asia saying that PLDT Capital wants to shift away from its strategy, away from Silicon Valley and towards more ASEAN startups. I guess looking more regionally at that. Why?
Yeah, it's not a shift away. It's actually a balancing of the portfolio. We started by looking at the best practices in mobile in Silicon Valley and bring them to the Philippines in a joint venture fashion. So we've done that. And now we're looking at really what's common among ASEAN telco and mobile users, right? And we want to take advantage of that as well. So it's really the contrast of, for instance, investing in a company like Uber and invest in a company like Grab, right? Uber's from Silicon Valley coming
That's
to the
right.
Philippines, but Grab's it's indigenous in the region, right? That's also bringing a lot of benefits to the Philippines. So we wanted to balance the portfolio, and that's the current goal of PLDT
Well,
Capital.
rebalancing is right. I suppose if you take a look at where PLDT Capital has invested, the majority, as we can see, is US-based, stateside, and only two Asian ones so far, Payware, which is an e-commerce platform, as well as iFlix, which is based in Malaysia, well, headquartered in Malaysia.
Yeah, and that's really what we're trying to do. iFlix is doing very well for us, and as you know, it's created a good counterbalance to Netflix that's coming from the region. It's similar to the Grab and Uber analogy. So we're looking to do more of that, and we wanted to balance that portfolio. And PLDT has a lot of customers, and we have a big constituents, and we want to make sure to provide our customer with the best options there.
PLDT Capital started with a war chest of about $50 million, if I recall correctly. Are you looking to raise any fresh capital soon?
We have enough resources at the moment. We also wanted to make sure that we digest our investments and make sure the benefits are brought here. So that's current goal, but we haven't stopped looking, and we also want looking for interesting portfolios to invest.
And lastly, Winston, PLDT has had, in the words of Chairman Manny Pangilinan and Anus, horribilis, or a horrible year. What sort of role do you see PLDT Capital playing in that whole broader turnaround strategy?
Well, PLDT Capital is a supporting role. Right? Our job is to increase the mix from external companies that we can invest, like Matrix, to improve the way we provide mobile services, like Hopscotch, to increase interactivity to our mobile experiences. So that's the role we play as in catalyst, and also to support risk-taking ideas that we need to have that should not affect our mainstream. So we'll continue to play that role, and we'll keep an eye out for interesting things to bring to the country.
And lastly, before I forget, when can we start watching this live business funding show?
Should be coming out soon. We premiered this in Ocean over the weekend just to show the delegates how entrepreneurs can actually help in creating an industry for our country. But you know what's really exciting is it warms the heart, and everybody's excited to see simple investments done to a lot of people.
And it's going to be called Indiepreneurs.
It's going to be called I'm In.
I'm in.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're in. Thanks for that.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that update. Winston Damarillo, co-chair of Ocean Summit, as well as the managing director of PLDT Capital.